What's good, my man of society? It is your host with the most, Shadow Loke, back at you with another video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. That is how you help my channel get into the algorithm. Highly appreciate if you go ahead and do that. Now, what I wanted to get into was Drex the Joint, right? The whole fiasco behind the individual and the beef and what was said. Now, before I get into it, I was seeing individuals, put like, "Oh, bro, you wag," why do you like to take the fun out of this, right? Why do I like to, like ruin it for those who want to be in the internet and I guess go along with the fiascos. And it's like, look, bro, these are just merely my opinions, my guy. You know what I mean? And although I could be like other people and just hype this all up, right, because it brings views and all that. If we start cooking all of this up, I know that there's people on here that just want to hear the truth, right? And don't care for the games. So therefore, that's what I'm here to speak. Because all it truly is you know a scenario that's trying to be blown out of proportion, right, to fuel the viewership on YouTube, right? Because not meaning that all of this is staged or fake or done for that reason, right? But meaning like the individual, Drex the Joint, I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about what people, are saying and all of that. He's a young individual who's straight from the streets, who's straight from the hood. So I know all he gives a fuck about is his neighborhood, and he don't give a fuck who likes what he says and who doesn't like what he says. You know what I mean? He's not here to please the audience, and he's not here to, I guess, cause a war, right? Like he just doesn't give a fuck. He's just, he's young and ruthless, right? Like a lot of these young individuals, right? They're street individuals before they're rappers, right? So I don't think they care so much for the whole industry's vibe of things, right? Now, meaning in the sense of like nobody gives a fuck about the internet fiascos, bro. Like the internet bullshit, real individuals that are from the streets are worried and occupied with street shit, right? With what's really going on in their hood, their activities, their enemigos, the shit that's going on in the real world, right? The shit that actually really matters for them in the real life sense of things, right? Um, they got so much shit to worry about. They're gonna be worried about internet beef, right? Or trying to fix the problems of the internet, or stressing over what the internet has going on. The real individuals from the street, they don't give a fuck about the internet and what's being said or what's being done on the internet, or rappers beefs, or any of that kind of shit, for them to be now picking sides and joining and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Real individuals worry about real shit out there, not you know internet beefs and who's picking what side and wooty wooty wah. You know what I mean? And that's just the honest truth of things. For people to be like, oh, it'll turn into a race war. Like, how would this turn into a race war? I don't understand, right? Like, it's a beef between two rappers, right? One being black from a Mexican gang, the other one being Mexican from a black gang. So it's between them individuals. Now, if the individual insults, the Cribs or whatever, then that's his view on how he views, the Cribs and stuff like that. And hey, bro, if that's how he feels, then that's how he feels. You feel me? But for people to be like, oh, it's a racial issue now, like, how is that a racial issue just because he insulted the Cribs? Like, it's like if you're in the streets, right, and your neighborhood, hits up, and then, you know, the Crips cross them out, right, or vice versa, right? If they have a hit up and then the homies cross them out, it's not all of a sudden it's a race war, and then they're gonna go look for some Pyrus or some random blacks. You feel me? They're gonna go target that neighborhood from the individuals from those sets. Just like vice versa, right? If these individuals have a problem with any of these hoods, they go target individuals from those hoods. They don't just all of a sudden be like, oh, it's a Mexican thing. See, but the people on the internet, right, who need views, who need likes and subscriptions and all that, they try to turn it into this, right, that way, because look, a majority of the audience is not gang related, right? So a majority of the audience has no gang ties, no gang issues, no nothing like that has to do with the gangster world. A majority of people that are on YouTube are just regular civilians, right? Now, how do you get regular civilians to jump on board some type of fiasco, or to get viewership, or to get them invested in caring about what's happening out here? By making it a racial issue. Because now, if you're making it a racial issue, now these individuals are tapped in. Now these individuals, voice their opinions and like and dislike and all of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? now you get these individuals involved in the fiasco, right? Because now it's involving ethnicity, so something that everybody's proud of and is willing to speak their mind on and represent, right? So leaving comments and voicing their opinions, right? Because now you're making it a racial issue when in reality it was a gang banging issue, it was a gangster issue, it was something for the streets. But now individuals make it an issue that everyone could jump on board of, and now bringing them the viewership. But that's just the game, right? And you see people doing it like No Jumper. That's what No Jumper's all about. You know what I mean? That's their angle. That's their game, to make people care about street shit when they're not street related people. Because why should street related people give a fuck about rules and the gangster life and the gangbanging? They don't, right? But this way, you get now people involved and invested in the bullshit. It's a tactic used by a lot of channels, but in all true reality, it's just a game, bro. Because true individuals out there from the streets don't even know what's happening on the internet and don't even care, bro. They don't give a fuck, bro. They got real shit to worry about, bro. They're gonna be stressing over fucking internet shit. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just the truth about things. You know what I mean? It's these individuals just trying to make it, meaning like channels out there that try to make this shit, bigger than what it is, right? And trying to get people invested that in our true reality, none of this shit should matter to them. What beef individuals have and whatever. For people to be like, when people were like, oh, what about the West Coast, East Coast, beef? Like, which side were you picking? Like, bro, I wasn't picking no sides. I was bumping both sides. You were like, what the fuck does Biggie and Tupac's beef have anything to do with me? Not a goddamn thing, bro. Only goofballs get involved in that kind of shit, bro. Like, look at these fools thinking that they fucking know these individuals are gonna ride and die for them. You get what I'm saying? Like, real motherfuckers from the streets ain't concerned about fucking shit like that, bro. And that's just the facts of things. I don't mean to burst the bubble and stuff like that. But, bro, what do you want me to come and lie to you? Come on now. But overall, that's just my opinion. What do you think? You leave it in the comments. Shadow, we up.